It's already 6 minutes after our scheduled time for starting our meeting. So welcome to the Toastmasters Club named Toastbusters Moscow. I'm Irina Suvorova, club president of this year, and I'm really glad to see all of you at during our wonderful summer evening. We are not so numerous, but I hope this meeting will be useful and funny, especially with our secret Toastmaster of the day. So before starting, let me remind you to switch off or install flight mode on your phones in order not to distract our speakers, because we are every time worrying about our stage behavior, and we need all attention of our audience. And after that, I would like to ask you who is the first time now here? You and Sergey, yes?
I'm second.
Second time in Toastbusters Club.
First time I was at Toastbusters.
Yes, okay. And Rakshit, of course. Can I invite you guys to the stage and for sharing with us with some of your expectations? I will have two questions to you. Where are you from? Why are you here? And what are your expectations from the meeting of the Toastbusters Club in Moscow?
Okay, so my name is Rakshit Mutta and I am from India. I stay in a city called Pune, which is near from Mumbai, and I am here since now 45 days. I came on 9th of July and I have already attended the other club, which is World Surfers.
World Surfers.
Yeah, World Surfers. I have attended 2 meetings there. And here I am as an English teacher. Like I teach in the social center. I teach English to the Russian kids there. And tomorrow is my flight back to India. Tomorrow I'm flying back to India.
Oh.
And I decided to give a speech here on the last day in Moscow. I would like to make it a memorable one. And as you know, my topic is Indian culture. I will be presenting my speech here.
We appreciate your presence here. Thank you, Rakshit. And you?
My name is Arman. I am from Moscow. I here because I like English, study in school, university, but my English not so good, and I like to practice it. I be two times in World Surfers. I like practice. I like to set my English be more good. I don't know how say correct. Yes, and I'm here.
Toastmasters is the best place for it with friendly atmosphere. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you, guys. And now I'm ready to announce the theme of our meeting today. It is ways to relax. And our Toastmaster of the day, Denis Shevchuk, will explain us how to relax, etc.
Right. Everybody has his or her way to relax. And as a matter of fact, I polled people who participate today in the meeting how they prefer to relax. And you'll be surprised. I expect at least 50% of answers be, I drink alcohol. And nobody said that. Nobody drinks alcohol in Toastbusters. Toastbusters is a great place, sober place. And I'll be telling you what I learned about the role performer right before he or she takes the stage. For those of you who are new, and we have like 2 people, Sergey and Arman. What's your name?
Arman.
Arman.
Arman, yes.
Arman, right. Hey, are you new for the in Toastbusters? Yeah, cool. Anyway, that's cool. Anyway. For those of you who are new, we have 2 parts of the meeting. The first part is where we have speeches. The second part is where we have evaluations in interactive parts. You can participate in the second interactive part. You can do too. Now the first person who will be on the stage, the role performer, is the joke master. Person who tries to tell you a joke, make you laugh, make you relax before the meeting starts. The person is Yermek Taktagulov, and wait a second. I asked him how he liked to relax. What do you think his answer was?
He drinks alcohol.
No. He loves spending time with his family, watching movies with his family. Isn't it cute? It is. No, you can make. Everybody loves it. It's cute. Please welcome Yermek.
My friend has neighbors from the floor above him, and they like to get drunk. And they used to turn on loud music late at night. Their favorite song was from the French musical Notre Dame de Paris, Belle na 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 na. And one night, my friend got angry and called them to turn off the music. And the neighbor said, "Relax, man, and listen to the good music. Belle na 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 na." That's all.
We have another person who watches our time, because we have a lot of time. You spend here time, but you have a lot of time. And we have a person who watches you and shows you how much time you already used. The person is Alexander Sherbakov. Wait a second. And I asked him how he liked to relax. You know what he likes doing? He likes watching movies with Yermek and his family. I'm just joking, just by himself. Please welcome Alexander, and he will tell you what his role is about.
Dear guests, dear Toastmasters and Toastbusters, I want to tell you about my function. I will follow for our time, and I have special instruments for this. When I show you green signal, it means that you have enough time. If I wish you white signal, it means that you have 30 seconds for the finishing your speech. And when I show you a red signal, it means that you must leave this stage. And after our meeting, I will say about results. Who destroyed his time limit? It help us to fill time. Thank you.
What is your name?
Vitaly.
Are you for the first time here?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Also,
Also. You're for the first time here. Arman, also Vitaly. Did you get about the signs? No? If he shows you the green one, it means you're okay. The white one. Right.
Fine, yeah.
Right. Cool, great. He's not looking at me, but he probably got the idea. We have people who help you with grammar and clarity of your speech. Because many times when you speak, you use parasitic words. Like, I was yesterday. And we have people who watch that for you and help you with that. We have VIA counter, Sergey. Dianov. Sergey Dianov. And I asked Sergey how he liked to relax. And unlike Yermek and Alexander, Sergey is an active person. He likes going to a gym and playing volleyball, badminton. Please welcome Sergey.
Hello everybody. I was chosen as a counter now, and I have to check your speech and count the bad words, the same as and well, but, so, you know, well, and you will try, don't use these words and sounds in your speech.
And the last infrastructure role for the day is the word master and the grammarian. Her job is to help you improve your English and teach you a new word today. The person is Anna Lina, and she's an active person too. She loves figure skating. Please welcome Anna.
Thank you, Denise. Dear guests, Toastmasters, as a grammarian today, I will pay attention to the bad and good use of English and will provide my report at the end of the meeting, constructive feedback for you, for your improvement. So, before that, I will introduce the word of the day. I chose the word tranquility. That means something, not something, it's calmness, peace. And this state we strive, this is the state we strive for when we relaxing. So, and the verb tranquilize helps us to reach this state of tranquility. So, use this word as frequent as you can, and I will count how many times you will use it, and we'll choose the winner at the end of the meeting. That's all.
For those of you who don't have roles today at meetings, the experience is probably tranquility. You just sitting there relaxing, watching people, how they perform speeches, and you just chill. But it's not for the next person, because we are coming to the speeches part. Vadim Mikrin will deliver his speech. I asked Vadim how he liked to relax, and he told me that he was a family man and he loved, besides many different things, walking with his family. Please welcome Vadim with his speech, Elena.
Thank you very much. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and dear guests. So Elena was a pretty young lady, tall, sociable, with vivid green eyes and curly hairs. And she also was a student, a very diligent student of a prestigious linguistic university in Moscow. This kind of feminine type of university always leave its mark, even on very beautiful girls. So at the end of her education, she didn't has experience of having a long-term relationship with men. After her university, she got a job as a synchronist in a big state-owned corporation. And as this corporation has numerous activities abroad, almost half of her job is spent outside of country in business trips. Her mother also worked there, and almost every business trip Elena was with her mother, and she felt light but quite steady pressure on her and her independence as a young specialist. One day she saw Dmitry. Dmitry was a chief of a neighbor department, and he was not very extremely handsome, but he owned the slightest, let's say, features, and because of these features he was quite catching of the feminine attention. And Elena was not like other girls in her environment. She also felt something to Dmitry and showed him quite fiery glances. And after some time, in combination with a properly shorted dress, it's worked, and at one point their romance began and came into the active phase. Elena was, in a new era for her. Finally, she had a relationship with a real man, and this man was not like the other man he had met before. There was only one nuance. Dmitry was heavily married with 3 children, and he was 17 years older than Elena. After just 2 or 3 months, they decided to somehow move to the mutual apartment, and but Dmitry was not completely sure that it's right, because before that, when the romance had begun, it was, a way to let's say relax for him, a way to feel these good feelings that he missed so much in his family relationships. And now it was a completely new experience with having old family and a perspective of having a new family. But after hesitating in 1 or 2 months, he decided to buy a new flat with a mortgage, and they moved with Elena to this new flat. And again, after a short hesitation, in 1 or 2 months, he offered Elena to marry him. But he hasn't received a clear yes answer. There was no answer, but there was no yes. In this state, they lived for almost 9 months, and after 9 months, she suddenly went to vacation as usual with her mother. And after this vacation, she returned, and with the absence of Dmitry, she quickly collected her belongings from this flat and left. In the same evening, Dmitry had only one thought in his mind. How could it happen to him? Was it possible to somehow to know that this final was even possible? And after a quick thought, the answer for Dmitry was yes. This was not possible to predict this final. That's all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Feels like he's writing a book, and he's not sure about the ending yet. And the answer was yes. good captivating story.
Okay.
He will change the class.
So upset he had to leave to write something. I don't know.
He didn't leave.
Dmitry, it's Dmitry, right? Right. Usually, at that point of time, I offer people to evaluate the speech, but we don't have forms for it. If you have any ideas about Vadim's performance, you can approach him during the break and say, Vadim, you did that well, and you could have done that differently. We do that. It's normal in Toastmasters in general. Now we have the second speaker, a second speaker for you today, Irina Chernyaga. Wait a second, Irina. I asked Irina how she loved spending her free time, and she told me that she loved reading books and watching TV while she was laying. Please welcome Irina.
Everybody knows that a good way to relax is go anywhere. And in 1986, with tourist group, I was on the Salafki Islands. Once in the morning, we were to walk to the dam. The distance was 11 kilometers. The way there was joyful, through the wood, not very difficult, but I got seriously tired. And I became normal only after dinner with our group had near the dam. On the way back, the group began to move very quickly on the road. But I started to lag behind. The group had some stops, but when it saw my approach, it stood up and began their movement to the monastery again. At the second stop, I warned our guide that further I would go myself. The way was safe. That's why not? And I turned out in the paradise. Sunny, blue sky without any spot of white. A thick forest and bushes full of blueberries on the both sides of the road. And I felt that I watched a fine film. According to my view, I had to overcome 7, maybe 8 kilometers more. And suddenly I saw a lone figure. It was in the middle of the road. It was Helen, a woman from our group, more than 70, with a heart attack. We waited for a little improvement of her condition and then started arm in arm. And with 2 heavy bags, mine and yours, with additional clothes. We started, we were loading, but the nature was our enemy. A burnt, pitiless sun, pollution from swamps, and because of the lack of air, fear for Helen's life. I had one hope that somebody discovered her absence and would meet us halfway, but the road was empty. The landscape was the same. The wood without breaks. The road straight as arrow, without any special details. We were pottering, but we felt that we stood on one spot. And heat, lack of air, fear for Helen's life. But step by step, we got our hostel in the monastery. But when we opened the entrance door, we couldn't do one step more. I had pillows on my soles, and I can tell you another story about my treatment in this situation. But when I call this adventure terror, the greatest terror in my life catches me, I forget that it was in the past. Of course, you ask me a question. Why did we use mobiles? But I have to remind you that mobiles were not invented then.
I can see you've been enjoying the process. We have one more speaker before the break. And the third speaker is an interesting guy. First of all, he's from India. The second thing is, he's a smart guy. Rakshit is a smart guy. Anna, also, Irina, what kind of guys do you find attractive?
Of course, smart.
He's complimented you, but that's not about that. What a guy should do to attract you? What kind of hobbies should he have, or something like that? Also, what about you?
It's a complicated question because
You don't like guys.
no, I like guys. So for me, of course, it's very important that a man should be a man. I mean, he has to be responsible for his woman.
You're a little too serious. I'm asking about hobbies. You almost find yourself a wife here.
Sports genius. And
Sports?
Toastmasters.
Sports and Toastmasters.
Yeah, I
Sports and
agree with
Toastmasters.
you.
No. Are you interested in guys who play guitars?
Yeah.
No, also is a little too practical. Right? But and this I heard a lot of times. That the girls say, "Oh, he's playing the guitar. How romantic! What name? What is your name?" I think he's playing the guitar. He's a smart guy. Not falso, but. But so Rakshit is playing the guitar, and he's delivering a really interesting speech for us about
he's
Indian
excellent.
culture. Please welcome Rakshit.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Rakshit Mutta, and I already mentioned I come from a city called Pune, and there are 80 clubs in my city, 80 Toastmaster clubs, and in Russia there are only 3 English-speaking Toastmaster clubs. So I am a Toastmaster in my city since 2 years now, and my name of the club is Toastmaster Club of Pune South, and it's already been 45 days that I am here And tomorrow, eating the meat of cow is banned in India. You want for beef is banned in India. It's just there is only one city called Goa where only you will find beef. And apart from that, we have different spices, and tea is our common drink. We also call it chai, like in Russia. And India's people have different religious beliefs. These are all the different religions which we have: Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Sikhism, Christianity, and Judaism. Hinduism is like 70% people are Hindu, and Islam is like 14% in India. And apart from that, 1 to 2% are the different religions. And these religions are divided into different subcastes. And I will tell you something about India's history. India's civilization is ancient, and the Indus Valley civilization was one of the first civilizations on earth. And the Vedic period was a time in Indian history when the Hindu religion and caste system began in India. As I mentioned, there are a lot of castes in India. 1,600 plus languages are spoken all over India. Mughal Empire was the last and the strongest Islamic empire in India. Taj Mahal, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world, and it's a very beautiful place for tourists. A lot of foreign tourists come here to visit it. Transportation. The transportation in India have different, like planes, trains, cars, rickshaws, camel and donkey cars, bicycles, walking. These are the different kinds of transportation. Traditional music in India, it's very famous. Hindustani music means the classical music of North India. It's famous in the north of the India. And Carnatic means the classical music of South India. This music is very famous in the south, and we have something called Bollywood. Bollywood is known all over India. This is very common. And these are the Indian instruments: melody, drone, and rhythm. The Indian instruments: string, rhythm, percussion. And this is Mumbai, which is the economic capital of India. And this is the city where I stay. This is called Pune. This is the city where I stay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can I have my clicker? Thank you very much. We're almost here. We almost have our break. Now, can you imagine? We have so much in common with India. Your national dress is kurta, right?
Kurta, yes.
We dress kurtki pukhavi almost all the year.
Okay.
The same thing. Right, before we go into the break, we have water, bananas, things like that, and we usually support the club with 100 rubles. Now, if you can, take 100 rubles, approach this box, I will open the lid for you, put 100 rubles, and enjoy the break. We'll have like 10 minutes. Now, you're sitting on your chairs, relaxed, tranquility, enjoying or not enjoying being bored with the process. We have the part table topics, the interactive part. You can have some adrenaline too. Now, also,
it's free? It's 100 rubles.
100 rubles. Every time you take the stage, you pay 100 rubles. Please welcome Vitaly for 1,000 rubles. Come on, Vitaly. Give him
1,000? Did you say 1,000?
For you, 1,000. Right. I'm just kidding.
I know,
I'm
man.
just kidding. Now, what are your names?
Me?
Right.
Yusuf.
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 And what's your name?
Amr.
Amr.
Amr, yeah.
Amr.
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 Yeah.
Right. Yusuf, Amr,
Yeah.
Vitaly, Alsu, Arman. This is your time. We have the table topic master, Nikolai, who is an experienced Toastmaster. He will come to the stage and he say, who wants to participate? If you're not quick enough, I can go 10 times in a row. And you will have the opportunity. So when Nikolai says, who wants to say? Also goes, I want to go and take the stage. Well, you guys, right? Now, the topic of the meeting is the way I relax. So naturally, I asked Nikolai how he likes to relax. And Nikolai is a serious person. You like to relax. You like going with your family, watching movies, going playing volleyball, playing guitars to impress girls. Nikolai comes home, deadly tired, drops dead, sleeps for 8 hours, comes up, goes to work, comes home tired, drops dead, sleeps for 8 hours, and he hates life, apart from Toastmasters. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's me.
Please welcome your serious table topic master, Nikolai.
Thank you, Denise. Good evening, everyone. So I have a confession. I don't know how to relax, really. So I tried many things, many methods for tranquilization, for relaxation, but it doesn't work for me. I tried alcohol, as Dennis mentioned, but I just felt asleep. I went to yoga to practice Indian culture a little bit, and as you know, at the end of practice yoga, there's a special exercise, shavasana, when you just lay down on the floor. You know, it didn't work for me because the neighbor just pushed me quite hard at the end because it was quite loudly snowing. You know, so which means it doesn't work. I fell asleep, but I don't know how I relaxed at the sleep. It absolutely unconsciously. If you can help me to share your experience, your tool to move to tranquilization stage very effectively, that would be excellent. So the rule is very simple. You have 2 minutes, 1 minute minimum, 2 minute maximum. Our timer will help you to manage your time at the stage. I will write down your names. At the end of the exercise, we will have a winner contest, meaning that we will select the best table topic speaker for tonight. So, who is going to share with me, with everyone, a best tool, best instrument for moving to tranquilization stage? So, any hands? Oh, I see 2, 3. Okay, yours is first. Okay, Vadim.
So, actually, you are not alone. I can say I also has this kind of problem.
Same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how I approach it. First way, is to let yourself have relax. Of course, first time, as for me, I felt very guilty because I was doing nothing, and I have so many things to do, and now I'm doing nothing. So it's not the right way to live, But you can plan to have a relax. You plan to do all the things that you should do, and then you plan your time to relax. This one thing that worked for me. Second, what's the best way to relax? First, you must do something to, for example, sport. I mean, to be in very unrelaxed state. So some sport, some maybe running or cycling, or some sport with with other men, like football or tennis. So when you're completely tired, you have no way but to relax, and you can fall asleep or just relax in front of TV. So that's only way that you could live at this moment, and then you relax.
Okay. Thank you, Vadim, thank you. So the best way to relax is to hard work, right?
Yes.
No, it's not the best way.
Okay.
But not mentally.
Okay,
Yeah.
Very good. Yes, please come to the stage. Your name, please?
Vitaly,
Vitaly, yes, Vitaly. Stage is yours.
to both of you guys, the best way is to go to Jamaica. Just buy a big joint, smoke up, and that's it. Full, absolute relaxation. Kidding, just kidding. Well, actually, yeah, the sports. I agree, the sports is a cool thing. Also, reading, thinking about like some positive things, like being absolutely positive. you could actually think and run in your mind any crap. Like the flowers are blossoming, you know, these things, the birds are singing, you know, all of these things. All of them are working perfect. Any positive kind of thing, even like, I don't know, the picture or whatever. And of course the joint from Jamaica, the real one. You know what is that, right? The joint.
Right.
Forget about it. Just forget about it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vitaly. Yes, please.
Arman.
Arman, okay.
So, about how to relax, I remember that some maybe year ago, you remember Sergei Mikhalkov, the very popular Soviet poet, and in the end of his life, a journalist have interview with him and asked, how you so healthy, so energy, so young in your 100 year? And he says that his grandfather, who born before revolution, told him, she is a medic, that very important to speak with your body. For example, with heart, with legs, with speaking with every part of your organism, that this part be healthy and young. So my dear heart, you must be work good, blood must
When you're in Jamaica, it's easy to do that.
yes, and when you every day speak with your body, your organism, it work very good. And when you go to sleep, before you sleep, you say, I sleep, and when I wake up morning, I have big I have good relax when I came up. Before you sleep, you say it, and if you grow up, you have many energy. And I try to do it, and it work. When you go to sleep, you say, when I in the morning came up, I be healthy, I have many energy, I relax very good. And when you came up, it's working. So,
Excellent. Thank you very much. What language do you use for speaking to your body?
Russian?
Russian. Okay. Okay. So it's very good. So,
So as you noticed today, I'm a little bit being serious. That's why I would like to begin with some serious ideas. And I would like to say that nowadays I believe that people are unable to relax. So, and that's why our first task is to remember that we are not just, some mechanism, some program that have all the time to work, but we just have to enjoy our life, and relaxation and tranquility is the part of our life. That's why maybe the first advice that I use in my life is that we have to have some time management in our lives. That means that there is some time for work, there is some time for sport, for family, for friends, and for and your personal time, when you can do nothing at all or do something for yourself, for your body, for your mind, emotions, etc. Then this is the crucial, I think, part of being able to relax and to enjoy our life. And maybe some slight, or maybe not slight, advice is, for me personally, nature works very well. I mean, when I am at nature, so I really don't think about anything. I can leave all my thoughts and just contemplate the nature. and maybe sport, as my, how to say that, as all others already said this. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Any volunteers? Yes.
So the best way to get into the feeling of tranquility is to take tranquilizers. Tranquility pills, and if you go into the feeling situation or what состояние state of tranquility, do not get out of this state of tranquility. Try not to get too seriously to what happens to you. Like if your inner self, it should be very in a state of tranquility, and you have outer of yourself like matryoshka. This can be like very energetic, very emotional, and reactional to other, things that are going on in your life. But your inner self should be very calm and very tranquil. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have a recipe for the pills and to move into tranquilization?
I know the doctor.
Please send it to email me, please, the recipe, please. So, newcomers. Yes? No? Yes? Yes? More? Yes? More?
Go
yes,
ahead,
no?
guys.
Okay. Who else is willing to? Yes. Who's looking to you? Yes. Yes. How to relax? And
Rakshit. R-A-K-S-H-I-T. S-H-I-T.
S-H-I-T.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so for me, ways to relax, there are actually many ways. So like I play guitar and she doesn't like the guys who play guitar. So I feel relaxed when I play guitar. Maybe sitting at home, just when I'm playing alone, not for someone, but for myself. So I feel a feeling of tranquility, I can say. And apart from that, I love the nature. I just go to some random park alone and walk for a while. So these are the ways which I feel relaxed for the peace of like for my body, for my soul, for my head. I feel relaxed if I'm having a very tough day, if I'm having a very hard day. At the night, I just go out for a walk, or maybe just go to the gym to just keep calm and just be focused on the things which are coming in the future. And yes, one more interesting thing is I watch Netflix. So this is also the one way which I feel relaxed. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I tried to play guitar as well, but that was so stressful exercise for me. I couldn't relax at all. So anyone else?
What?
Yes, sure, of course.
Good evening. So there are two ways how to relax. First one, you're doing exercises. Second one, you don't do exercises. Both ways work wonders. At first, you should know what state you are in. If you are too calm, you better go to the gym. And if you are too stressed or too energetic, you should calm down. And it all starts with peace of mind. Both ways are good with peace of mind. In one state, you're just getting deeper and deeper, and in the second energetic state, you have to find your peace of mind. And after that, your body responds to it. And after that, you are relaxed in one way or another. And this famous thing I will tell you in Russian. How do you relax? Я не напрягаюсь.
Thank you much. Yes, again. Your mind? No? What about our grammarian? Accountant. Yes, accountant. Yeah, please. Yes. Yeah, your turn.
Thank you. First reporter was
No. That's a table topic exercise still. So, and we have, we are practicing on a speech.
I have
How
to
relax.
okay. I have to estimate only table topic speaker.
No. You don't need to estimate a counter at all at this stage. It's your improvisation speech of what's your way of to relax, Sergey.
I have to say about
No, not report. No. Relax, please.
My way for relax is playing competition games. I play competition games. I play volleyball and badminton.
That's very stressful.
Yes, and after that stress, I have a shower and I'm full tranquility. I'm very glad after that. I don't use alcohol at all, maybe 10 years, and at that moment, occasionally I began to play volleyball and have a lot of physical training by this way. I lost for about 25% of my weight. I have about 95 kilogram. Now I have about 75 kilogram, 73 maybe. And I'm very happy. And when I have opportunity, come to gym and took part in the competition game.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, Denise, normally you are first.
You want me to take the stage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. How do you relax people? Well, I agree with Vadim. You do physical with a lot of people. You do physical exercises. Do you jog? Do you run? Any of you?
Yeah.
You know how it feels, right?
Perfect.
At some point, you switch into zombie meditation state. You run like for 20 minutes. After that, you run, and then after 20 minutes, you have just one thought in your mind, like, I need to wash socks. I need to wash socks. I need to wash socks. And it works. It works miracles. Another thing is, I personally read a lot of books. It is a way of escaping reality, probably. I'm a married man with a child. I need to escape reality sometimes, most of the time, 90% of the time. I read a lot of books. No, wait a second, not to my child. She watches cartoons, not reading books. When I at my job today I was at my job, at my work. I had to go to toilet. I started reading book. I sat in toilet, I was reading book. I went back, I was reading book. I went to lunch, I was reading book. I went after lunch, I was reading book. I read a lot of books. Physical exercises, zombie mind state, reading books. That all helps me. Well, Vitaly has some contacts in Jamaica, it may help you too, but it's expensive.
I'm not gonna give you a phone number.
Right.
You can go to Goa.
This is my personal
Okay,
supply.
thank you, Denise. So the time is over. Apologies. Yeah, you need to be faster, Irene, next time. So now it's time to have to select who is the best table topic speaker for tonight, and we have two ways for voting. One is advanced technology way, just scan QR code and select the best table topic winner. That's number one. And number two is a traditional, conventional way to just write down this piece of paper and pass it to Ernek Taktagulov, our secretary of the club. So please select the best table topic winner. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There are names in the form.
8, 9. Okay, there are names on the form. Excellent, very good. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I need to pass it to Toastmaster with the
Hey,
day.
take your time, people. Take your time, like 1 minute. And after 1 minute, we are continuing with the meeting. The time is up. Sergey, if you need to, sorry, you can leave the room. Now, why Toastmasters is interesting. You don't only have the stage to talk about before people. You also have people who evaluate you, which is interesting, which makes it different than we're just coming together with friends and talking to each other. And we have the special person for it. The person, the host of the second part, the evaluation part of the meeting, the general evaluator. Mike Gordeev is the general evaluator, and I asked him about his way of relaxing too. And his answer is a pretty interesting one. He says that sleeping is a good way of relaxing. It works. It works, and he's serious about it. Please welcome your general evaluator, Mike.
Thank you, Dennis. It works. That's good. Dear Toastmasters, most welcome guests, welcome to the second part of the meeting where we will be listening to evaluators and the members of my team with reports on grammar, time usage, and unnecessary sound usage. We shall start with the first evaluator of the first speaker of the day, who was Vadim, and his evaluator is Ermek Taktagulu. Please welcome him on the stage. Ermek.
Dear friends, dear guests, dear Toastmasters, I'm going to evaluate the speech of Vadim, and the goal of this speech is use storytelling, which you noticed. Actually, what I could say that you were good at attracting attention, the pace of your speech was good, and in overall it was interesting. Which was this is mainly the aim of any storytelling techniques, to get attention. It was interesting. What about your weak sides of your speech that you can work on them? Is to work on the beginning and on the end of your speech. At first, you should make connections with your audience, with the audience. Why we should listen to your story. Introduce your story. What is the story? How you connected to this Yelena? Give us some introduction so we can immerse ourselves into your story and can live with you all the emotions that are in this story. In the middle, you could increase the tension energetically describe some episodes with colors, with using adjectives, actions, use more verbs to describe actions, so listeners will feel the situation, what is going on. And then increase the tension energetically, and then make an upshot resolution. What happened to how this all finished, which you did, but after that, give us some epilogue. Epilogue, I mean, what your feelings towards this story, maybe some insights, maybe some opinions. What did you get from this story, so we can understand your opinion, your relationship with this story. Maybe we can make connections with your opinion. This is mainly what I wanted to tell you, and I wish you good luck with your next speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, Ermek. I would notice no handshake at the end. That could be a minus to your. That could be a minus to your evaluation. And one suggestion: when you're talking to a person, you might suggest him a new ways of dealing with his speech, not insist that he should do this and that. That's to your evaluation. Thank you. It was good, on time, and we saw a lot of practical things from you in the evaluation. That was good. Thanks. So next person will be evaluating the speaker number 2. That was Irina, and her evaluator. Please welcome on the stage Nikolai Denisenko. Nikolai.
Thank you much. Thank you. Thank you. Dear Toastmasters, guests, dear Irina, I listened attentively your speech. The title of the speech was Walking to the Dam, right? And the purpose was a drama speech, drama talk, to entertain people in a room with a drama story. I looked attentively while Irina were at the stage, and it was a silence. Nobody looked at the phone numbers, nobody, whispering or doing something. People listened to you attentively. That was good. How did you reach it? How did you reach this? Your story, actually. You were in a Salavki. It was a good place, and then you lost, and then you found a lady with a heart attack. It's quite touchy point, and then your story of when you go back to your camp with the lady with the heavy bags, etc. That was interesting story to listen, and also plus thing, good improvement what I see to compare to the previous speeches, your voice variety when you described, now I'm in a paradise, blackberries, forest. It was good. Yeah, I liked it a lot. In terms of the area for improvement, Irina, I would pay attention to a structure of your drama talk, because it's normally we have dramatizing, coming, and then relaxation, tranquilization at the end. But your story, we walked step by step, and when at the end we reached to the point and relaxed. That was not quite a drama. That there was no culmination over there. We just reached, which was expected. Normally, when we have a drama story, something unexpectedly happened. But reaching to the camp, it is expected. So structuring your story, that would be area for improvement. Otherwise, I really liked it. Thank you very much. Thank you for the good step forward. and I'm looking forward to the next speech. Thank you, Irina.
Thanks, Nikolai, for almost perfect presentation of an.
Yes, Toastmasters, dear Rakshit. I liked very much the subject of your speech, of course. India, wonderful country, special kitchen, music, Bollywood movies. Do you know that many girls in Russia have grown up on your movies?
Not only girls, not only girls.
Not only girls, Italy also. Very romantic movies. Culture is such a numerous topic for researching that I should recommend you maybe even to divide your speech in several topics. And you tried to combine all the features about Indian culture in one speech, and it was very interesting for us. When you came to the stage in your national clubs, it was very unusual for our club, and it was nice. Did you like it? Did you like the clubs?
Invite more?
Yes. Thank you for this. Thank you for creating, for making different our orderly style of the Toastbusters club. It was very original. That's that I liked firstly in your speaker style. Second, that I liked your gestures and your work with the audience, your eye contact. And of course the third one were your slides, because if we looked at the purpose of your project, it was research and presenting. Every good research is impossible without slides with detailed information on it. And there are only two moments for improvement for you. First one, the letters sometimes were too small for you, and it was a little bit difficult to read. Please put attention on it for reading, because sometimes it's impossible, especially from the last seats. And the second one, sometimes you turned back to the audience in this style and read. It's impossible when you walk your slides. You should know which slide now out of your on the screen. Yes, and to not to read the letters from the slide, but to talk with audience, with all of us. And of course, these moments is not so big, and I like your presentation very much. Also, your requisites using, you use your hands, you use your gloves, you have shown to all of us some moments. I think the purpose of your project has been implemented, so you have did your research, but maybe if you will have the second path in your pathways, you will have another research and presentation project, and I will recommend you to divide your big topic on several topics, because you should have some pauses and some variation in your voice, to select by intonation some moments about Indian culture, because it's really very, very interesting. You should have accent on music or on girls or on Indian transport or big awful traffic jams in Calcutta, for example. Yes, and you should add more actor game and make your speech more vivid, because now your voice was sometimes not so strong. It was difficult to select the most important moments. Nevertheless, I congratulate you with implementing this further project, and good luck in your pathways, good luck in another Toastmasters Club, and of course a good trip back to India, and we will hope to see you again in Moscow. Thank you, actually.
How can you criticize Madam President of the club?
No way.
You can. Right, I can though. Irina, That was a famous sandwich, double-sized, with good things, bad things for improvement, good things for improvement, and good things again. Maybe it could be just one sandwich. Good things, areas for improvement, and again, good things. And the second part, you use first minute and a half to tell us the speech of Rakshit. That is not necessary. We all heard it. It was great. Yeah, it's not common for our club to see foreign guests on each meeting. So thank you. That was good. Areas for improvement are mentioned. Everything else is good. I don't criticize Madam President for the record. Now it is time to evaluate the meeting as a whole, and we shall start with report of our minor roles. A smaller advice for those. Sergey, Alexander, and Anna. For the first presentation, you might consider doing something more than just naming your responsibilities. That always looks great. The best thing I could imagine is, for example, for a timer, that he comes out of a metro station, goes to the library, and he says, yeah, that was good. The train was on time, the escalator went well, I got here without stopping on the traffic lights, and that story makes us feel what it is to be a timer. That's just an example. It's up to you, of course. It makes the meeting more feely, let's say. And we shall start with the report of grammarian. Please welcome on the stage Anna Ilina.
Hello once again. I was really pleased to listen to your speeches, but however, I have found a couple mistakes. First one in pronunciation. I will pronounce the correct variants. So the first one is correct. Instruments, recipe, and adjectives. So there were also a couple of mistakes in prepositions. So listen to you. It should be listened to you. Way for relax, way to relax. And put attention on, put attention to something. As for the word of the day, Nikolai overdid a little bit. He used twice the word tranquilization instead of tranquility. And tranquilization is very rare usage in medical terms. Mm-hmm. So if you want to say about the state of calmness, it's tranquility, not zation. And as for the good usage of English, I like the expressive adjectives of, Vadim. So he said, vivid green eyes, fiery glance. So I think these adjectives brought some vivid pictures to our minds. And as the word of the day, you used these variants many times. So it was Denis, Nikolai, Alsu, Ermek, and Sergei. And the winner is Ermek. He was very smart to incorporate this, to make it a theme of his speech. He made this word a theme of his speech. So, congratulations to Ermek. That's all.
Thank you, Anna. Hope we are not tranquilized by this time, and we shall hear all other reports with the same passion. Please welcome on the stage a counter of the day, Sergei Dianov.
Hello. First was our Toastmaster who leave us, Denis. He don't use forbidden words at all. Emet, don't use forbidden words two times. in the first report and your other speech, you didn't use these words. Alexander, who is our timer, many times, 4 times, you use the word 4 times.
German.
Grammarian, Anna, you speak pretty well, but you use 2 times the word so in your first speech. Vadim, many times, 7 times, you used the sounds or words a lot of times. Irina and Rashid almost don't use the expletive words, but 1 time Irina and 1 time Rashid, I don't quite sure, but I little bit heard the word or something like that, 1 time both. About table topic speakers. The Nikolai was first, and you used a set of forbidden words 2 times. 1 times 1 times you know, so
This was French.
3 times
Sounds like a song.
different expletive words. Vadim, 2 times in your second speech, 2 times you used so and 1 times you know. Vitaly, 2 times used the words you know, 2 times. Arman, 2 times you say 2 times, and 1 time I don't sure it. Maybe it has been appropriate. You say so, but maybe it's part of your speech. Maybe 1 time so, but 2 times you say also. It's a set of expletive words. You know, 4 times 1 time so, 1 time and excess. Many times our speakers say and as a part of your speech, of their speech, but also 1 time use and excess. It's you can say without this one and and 1 time you say I don't know. You try to clear your throat. I think it's kind of expletive word. And Denis, in his second speech, 1 time use word Denis, come away. Emmett, Rashid, and Mike, in your second speech, didn't use the expletive words.
Thank you, Sergey.
Excellent work.
Yeah, even 1-timers were mentioned in the report. Sergey, the next time keep in your report in the limits. Unfortunately, we don't have 5 minutes to discuss all the 1-timers. You might want to use only the best speakers and those who have the most of the words. For example, to make it a bit shorter.
Okay.
Elsus, great job. Thank you. The last member of my team and the most responsible one is the timer. How is it with our time? Please welcome on the stage Alexander.
Thank you. I would want to congratulate you because we finish our meeting in time. We have some person destroy their time limits, but it is not, for example, Irina Soil destroy their time limits but they devote her evaluation to our guest. It's very great job, I think. And some seconds took Irina 3 seconds after her speech. Thank you for your attention.
Now the final evaluation from my end. We started late. That's a bad thing. The second bad thing, we had problems with presentations that were solved, but still it is an area for improvement. What was great? Preparation. Beverages, TV, PC, everything is set up. Guests are coming and sitting. We have a lot of space. It's a good atmosphere that it was during the whole meeting. That is great. For the table topic master, for the Toastmaster of the day, great choices of people. Newcomers, you could see the most experienced members of our community. Yeah, I remember that word. Community on the stage, and they performed at the highest expectation we could see in Toastmasters. We had a lot of people participating in the table topic session. That was also great. Not each meeting we could see 9 people on the stage. Yes, we are not done yet. The general evaluation continues.
Need help?
That was first unnecessary sound because I lost the thought.
Sorry.
Then I will go on with this. We have new tools to evaluate our meeting. Please use the QR code to save our planet and don't waste paper. We also have.
What should I do with that? Pardon. How can I use it?
For
I'm from the village,
Toastmasters
sorry.
members only. Sorry. If you're not a Toastmaster
I'm not.
member, yeah, you could tell us what could be done better. Else, we are doing this for statistics, and that is reported to our headquarters.
Are you?
Yeah, that's
No worries.
that's a pity, of course. We also have the paper forms if you need it. And that was the thought I lost. Great IT, great IT performance during the meeting, and it is remarkable. So, with this in mind, I invite on the stage Madam President to go on with few last things that are to be done during the meeting.
Thank you much.